Hi everyone. I'm Ashwini Lalit. I head quality engineering at Nimblework, formerly Digite. I've been working with Nimblework for a couple of decades now, so kind of grown with the organization. I had privilege of wearing multiple hats, working into various responsibilities. So, as a test evangelist, I've guided teams to follow BDD practice, continuous testing, agile testing. With advent of microservices architecture, it has been unforgiving if the test strategy is not well planned. So it's so very essential for all the members to collaborate and ensure that we minimize redundancy and improve coverages and optimize effort. So my true motivation lies in witnessing these kind of transformations where it is not just the process, but the overall cultural mindset. So along with software quality, it's about really fostering a culture of learning. So I look forward to sharing my experience, insights, and lessons learned uh, during my session at ATA GTR 2023. Now, regarding my topic, so my topic is about RRR of test automation maintenance. So, RRR might remind you of the RRR movie. So, that's absolutely right. So, RRR is a Telugu Indian action epic film set in 1920 during the British colonial rule in India. It depicts Bhim and Raju who cross paths in the train accident while saving a child, and that leads to their friendship bond between them. However, they are not aware of each other's true identities and missions, and then the story unfolds as they navigate their mission and loyalties, leading to inevitable clashes. This story emphasizes unity and nationalism and working together for a common goal. Both the champions, despite their differences, distrust, they come together for a common objective and fight against the oppression. So, what is to do with testing and test automation, right? Well, it sounds similar to our software engineering teams, wherein professionals with individual expertise work towards a common goal while maintaining their true identities. A lot has been said about the dev test relation, right? The Tom and Jerry fight and so on. Well, I'm not going to really touch upon that, but what I'm going to cover is drawing a parallel in our own field in terms of really capturing the values that each individual teams bring to table, reusing the best practices, cross-pollinating these ideas. So rise, revolt, and roar from the RRR movie to reduce, reuse, and recycle, incorporating development practices into the testing world is what I'm really going to cover. The developers and the testers use multiple tools and techniques, but they don't really reuse each other's space. By reusing, we can actually reduce a lot of effort, reduce a lot of redundancy, and help each other in the betterment by using each other's services. We can recycle, reuse logs. In fact, the application logs, the test automation logs, you correlate them, and there can be fabulous insights which can be found, which can actually help us build a quick feedback system. So, what you are really going to learn in the topic that I'm going to cover is that just like our application under test, right? If you really ponder over the application under test, how much is coding? Coding is just maybe 50% or less, right? Whereas there are number of peripheral activities like requirements, design, usability, performance, deployability, maintenance, and security and performance, and so on. The list goes on. But when it comes to testing and test automation primarily, immediately what we correlate test automation equal to script level coding. Whereas in order to really optimize the overall maintenance, we need to think holistically. So what we are going to learn and the key takeaways are about reuse SDLC tools and techniques, recycle the knowledge, exchange with the dev, reduce redundancy of test across the dev. So what you're going to take away is basically the strategy, who will automate, what to automate, at what level it's supposed to happen, the automation frameworks, which is truly the software which develops, which evolves over a period of time, and it has all the characteristics in terms of performance, reliability, and so on. The script development workflows, the value streams which can be reused along with the dev value streams. Then the playback environments, careful selection of configuration settings for optimal playback performances and so on. And I am also going to cover about the recent trends wherein AI ML is really taking the center stage and trying to bring in a lot of optimization, removing rudimentary work which is already taken care. So I'm going to touch upon commercial AI ML enabled test automation tools, talk about them. It's not that one tool fits everything or each and every characteristic. So what one needs to carefully select is basically understand what aspect, what is the pain point within their scheme of things, and which tool is well suited for the particular context in their project. So that's basically what you're going to learn out of RRR for test automation maintenance. So when it comes to passion, I think it's passion for improvement, passion for learning, and that happens from a lot of day-to-day activities all the time. It's basically passion to find better ways of doing things. One has to keep assessing as to how we are progressing, whether I've learned something new out of a number of things I did today, number of challenges that I might have gone ahead, looking at various options, how to get over it, and so on. So that's the small little transformation. It's like a nanotechnology effect. When we talk about a lot of transformative things, we talk really big things, but at times I've seen teams getting bogged down in terms of where do I begin, how do I start. So I think driving the transformation of testing practices within the organization by taking those small little steps is what drives me, implementing those effective testing strategies. And then it all culminates to bring in overall quality for software product. And in addition to that, I'm really passionate about BDD because I feel BDD in disguise doesn't get practiced well. It's just considered to be the test automation tool, but it is truly what BDD can offer is strategically as well as in the execution phase, wherein it can bring in a lot of business alignment. So those two factors wherein daily learnings, driving a culture of learning, and implementing BDD are two core areas I'm really passionate about. So I'm basically from Dhule. I've been born and brought up in Dhule. Dhule is a district place in the north of Maharashtra, and it has a number of very good sightseeing areas, and a typical village Khandeshi food is really good over there. But something special that is in my hometown is it is very well known for milk and ghee production. It's one of the topmost area that is into main areas of purest milk and ghee production and maximum cultivable land. So a lot of farming and agriculture is present in this area, and I'm very fortunate to have experienced this area because my father used to work in Mahatma Phule Krishi Vidyapit in the dairy section, agriculture being at its core in this particular hometown. So I have closely seen the agricultural part, the dairy section part. And what I've seen is that in this particular scheme of things, when I, as a child, when I used to go along with him, the amount of passion and energy these people have in their own area to bring in the completeness in terms of putting the putting their best to make sure that they have their own small little objectives, milestones, and deliveries, and then they make sure that they give the purest of the milk and ghee production into their areas. So a lot of things to learn, a lot of things to pick up from the very basics and core simplicity of a small town that I carry with me, and I think I can correlate to those learnings, and that's how it I apply it to my lifestyle going on an ongoing basis.